In this video, we'll be talking about how to post a job to the Childcare Substitutes of Oregon Substitute Portal. First thing you'll want to do is log in to Childcare Matters. On the left side of the page, click Jobs. Under your profile name and picture, you'll see Add New Job. Click that. Here you'll see your available placement hours. If you manage multiple programs, you will select the program you're posting the job for from this drop-down menu. Select the date of the job and the start and end times. If you're posting a job for more than one day, you can do that as long as the important details, which we will set below, languages needed, whether it's an infant toddler program or room, etc. As long as those details are the same, you can go ahead and add another date here. Again, choosing the date and the times needed. Keep in mind that single day shifts over 2 hours long are more likely to be picked up though. Under job settings, you can set how you'd like to approve your substitute. You can choose to automatically accept the first application that comes in. We recommend choosing this option if the job date is relatively soon. So you'll check this if you want to automatically accept the first qualified applicant who applies. If you unselect it, that will just mean that you will be notified whenever a substitute applies for your job. And at any time, you can log in and review them and select your substitute from those applicants. You can also select whether you want to allow partial day applications. So for example, if my job was from 8 to 4, but there was somebody who could only work from 8 to noon, that would enable that substitute to say, I can't take the whole shift, but I can take this part of it. If that happens, you'll need to approve that change, and you'll need to post an additional shift for the remainder of the time to try to get that remainder filled. In the job details section, this is where you will select the requirements for the job. This will allow the system to filter through available substitutes and send your job only to the ones who fit those criteria. So if the job requires working with infants and toddlers, you'll select that. If it involves working with school-age children, you'll select that one. And if the job requires a bilingual substitute, click here. A drop-down menu will pop up and you'll be able to select the language that you need. The job supervision section is really important. This determines which substitute types we'll see and apply for your job. Remember, we have 3 types of substitutes at Childcare Substitutes of Oregon. We have lead substitutes, who can be unsupervised, support substitutes who require some supervision, depending on your program type within sight and sound or sight or sound, and conditionally enrolled support substitutes. Support substitutes who are conditionally enrolled in the CBR but have not gotten their official approval yet. However, those substitutes, remember, can still work in your programs. They just need to be in sight and sound. Here is where you will select the level of supervision you need for your job. This first one, this job will be supervised and is suitable for all position types. So that one means a sort of job where maybe you have to do your taxes or you have to take care of something on site. You're not able to be part of ratio for that day. You need someone to be on site, but you are also there. Or you have lead teachers who are also there. So the substitute will not be left unsupervised at any point. If that's true, you'll select this first one. If the job does not require supervision and the substitute will be unsupervised, this is for smaller programs, family programs with only one provider, etc. Selecting this would send the job only out to lead substitutes, so only substitutes who are able to be left completely alone with children. Keep in mind that clicking this option does not guarantee that the sub assigned to your job can be left completely unsupervised. There are lots of different rules in licensing, so just make sure that you have reviewed and are familiar with the rules associated with your program type from the Office of Childcare. Just make sure that when you're requesting a lead substitute, that's what you actually need, because it will limit the pool. In the job description box, you can add any additional requirements related to the job post. So for example, maybe the job is for additional chaperones at a field trip and it's off-site, or it requires certain types of experience like preschool or work with children with special needs and specific needs. That is where you would put that information. In the job contact box, put the name and contact information of the point person the substitute should get in touch with questions, or if they're running late or any other circumstances. Finally, review the information, make sure that it's correct, then click Create Job Posting. A pop-up will show up saying it's been successfully created. Click OK. You can now go into Open Jobs and see your job listed here.